The Chicago Bears are making more moves on the offensive line, bringing back center Doug Kramer on a one-year deal. This isn't an extension. Kramer was a restricted free agent, and the team decided to retain him for another season. Clearly, the Bears' leadership sees something in him, whether it's head coach Ben Johnson, GM Ryan Poles, or both. Kramer, a local product from Hinsdale, has had an interesting journey. A late-round pick in one of Poles' first drafts, he's had to fight for his spot. Physically, he's got decent measurables. Strong enough for a center, quick for a big guy, but his blocking grades last season left a lot to be desired. His PFF grades? Not great. 28.5 overall, 50.1 in run blocking, and just 18 in pass blocking. In limited snaps, he allowed 3 pressures and a sack. But here's where things get interesting. Kramer played some fullback last season. That's right, a center lining up in the backfield. And with Johnson's offense looking to use a fullback, there's a chance Kramer sticks around in that role. If the Bears don't go out and sign a true fullback, this might be the plan. As for the depth chart at center, Kramer is currently slotted in as the number 2 guy behind Drew Dalman, with Ricky Stromberg in the mix as well. Whether that holds up remains to be seen. But one thing is clear. The Bears are keeping their options open. No doubt about it. This guy's going to be a big piece at fullback for the Bears. Ben Johnson saw it firsthand, and the Bears gave him a shot late last season. Now, he's back, and it'll be interesting to see how he fits into the offense. Always good to see a local kid on the roster. But the bigger story? The offensive line is starting to take shape. We're finally getting a clearer picture of what this group might look like, and what that means for the draft. Let's break it down, starting at left tackle. Right now, Braxton Jones holds that spot, with second-year player Karan Magaji behind him. Then there's Theo Benedict, a fan favorite who didn't get to play last season, but made a name for himself on Hard Knocks. Solid group, but there's room for improvement. Don't be surprised if the Bears take a swing at a guy like Will Campbell or Kelvin Banks in the draft. Left guard? That's a major upgrade. Joe Thuney, fresh off another Super Bowl run with Kansas City, is in town. 4-time champ, 3-time Pro Bowler. Top 10 in Offensive Player of the Year voting last season. Huge addition. Behind him, Bill Murray, not the actor, the lineman, played with Thuney in New England. Posted an 85.3 PFF grade in limited snaps last year. Not a bad backup option. At center, Drew Dalman takes over, with Doug Kramer behind him and Ricky Stromberg, the former third-round pick, on the practice squad after signing a futures deal. Right guard, Jonah Jackson, newly acquired in a trade. He was a Pro Bowler with Detroit and even made his NFL debut against the Bears. Ryan Bates is still in the mix. But at $4 million with zero dead money, he's a potential cap casualty, depending on what the Bears do. And at right tackle, it's Darnell Wright, former top 10 pick, brought in by Ryan Poles and Ian Cunningham. Jordan McFadden backs him up. Solid group, but here's the issue. Depth. If any of these starters go down, things get dicey. The Bears need more reinforcements, plain and simple. Braxton Jones, he's in a contract year, making $3.75 million, and the reality is he's only played 1 full season in his career, his rookie year. In 2023, he managed 11 games. Last year, 12 before a major leg injury ended his season. If he doesn't prove himself, the Bears might have to look elsewhere. Wouldn't be surprising to see them target a top offensive lineman in the draft. Bottom line? The O-line is better than it was, but it's not quite there yet. There's work to be done. So if he's healthy, everyone seems to think he's going to be the left tackle. But honestly, the Bears should still go out and get another one. And on top of that, they need to add a veteran depth piece to this offensive line. I'll get into that in a second, but let's be real. I'm not completely sold on this group just yet. The starting 5? Strong. But the depth? Not quite there. The Bears need to make a few more moves before I feel confident about this unit. If I had to grade this offensive line right now, I'd give it a solid B. The starting group looks fantastic. Credit to the front office for that. But they need more insurance behind those guys. Injuries happen, And if one of these starters goes down, things could get ugly fast. Now here's what the Bears should do. Bring back Matt Pryor. Simple as that. The guy played well last season and would be a valuable depth piece. In 2024, he lined up at left guard, and right tackle. Versatility you don't find every day. He's 6'7", 322 pounds, and put together a solid season. Check the numbers. 69.9 PFF grade overall, ranking 31st among all offensive linemen. His pass blocking, 78.1, good for 8th in the league. That stat alone shocked me. He was one of the few bright spots on the Bears' offensive line, and despite allowing 7 sacks, yeah, Twitter had a field day with that one, he still played better than most realize. 0 QB hits allowed, just 24 pressures. That's a guy you want on your bench. And the NFL noticed he got a $1.2 million performance bonus last week. Well earned. Bottom line, he's a proven depth piece, he knows the system, and he played well in multiple spots. If the price is right, bringing him back should be a no-brainer. What do you think? Should the Bears re-sign Matt Pryor? I'm saying yes, again, for the right price.